What's up, YouTube? Had to redo the video because for some ungodly reason, the goddamn live stream decided to freeze up on me while I was trying to record it. Fucking get the fuck out of here with that shit. So hopefully the live stream doesn't freeze up while I'm trying to fucking film it. It's ridiculous. Now, before the stream froze up, I made mention that your boy got some Taco Bell. I just got done eating a beef chalupa. And now I also got one more thing to munch out on. All right. All right, so I got a beef chalupa, which I just got done eating, and now I got the stuffed grilled cheese burrito from Taco Bell. These things are delicious. Let's go ahead and unwrap the goods. Oh, let's see. Will it stick? No, look at that. Look at that. Oh, YouTube. Stuffed grilled cheese burrito. Whoa! YouTube. These are delicious. A lot of YouTubers who order these, I don't know the location they're going to, but every time I've gotten a stuffed grilled cheese burrito from a Taco Bell here in town, the cheese doesn't stick to anything, so that's good. Thank you, Granddaddy J, for the $2. Yeah, buddy. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why the stream was doing that crap, but it is what it is. Of course, you already know what's up. We got our Baja Blast and our Mango Fiesta tea to make our Tropic Storm Mountain Dew. So yeah, I got a rant to do, and before I do the rant, I want to eat some lunch. Sitting here. Not gonna lie, Taco Bell is one of my top favorite fast food chains. Hold up. Here we go. Get in there. Sweet. There we go. Now, you already know when I go to Taco Bell, I like to put the Fire, the Diablo, and the Hot on my, all three of those on there. I did it with the chalupa. It tasted just fine. But for now, we're just going to eat it as is. Because I don't want, I'm good on the sauce for a minute. YouTube, what you know about that new grilled cheese burrito from Taco Bell? I unwrapped it. Look how clean that was, dude. Yeah. Shout out to the CY Taco Bell. You guys rock. Now, I've already done a review on this product. It's on my channel. There's that cross section, baby. Beautiful. All that ooey gooey cheese on top. Oh, snap. Oh, yeah, dude. Taco Bell, you are hitting it with this grilled cheese burrito. I don't know if Taco Bell is doing this for a limited time or what. Personally, I hope they keep the grilled cheese burrito on their menu. It's that good. I was kind of, honestly, They took the toasted cheddar chalupa off the menu, and I'm like, dude, they had a lot of good positive reviews. Why? But anyways, yeah, let me eat lunch real quick, and we'll get into the rant. Hope you're all having awesome Sunday. I tried to get a hold of Darth Laney to do a live stream with me, but no answer, so no worries. He's probably busy at the moment. Yum, yum for the Tums. Spicy, cheesy, good. Ooh-wee. Look at it. Yeah, between the beef chalupa and this stuffed grilled cheese taco, burrito, whatever you want to call it, yeah, I'm getting full. Oh, wait. Yeah, the beef chalupa and like stuffed grilled cheese burrito, that's enough for me, dude. Holy Toledo, Batman. Very filling and very delicious. The sauce is back in the fridge. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, and this is done with. So we're going to throw it in there. Oh. Oh man, YouTube, that hit the spot just beautifully. Oh yeah. It has the red strips in it, doesn't it? That it does, Dana Smith, that it does. Thank you all. My cataract some days, I swear. Thank you, Mark DeFranco, for the $2. Can you do a Monster Pacific Punch review sometime? That's what's up. Hell yeah. Give that a second to settle. We'll get into this rant. Hell yeah, Dana Smith, that's what's up. Well, thank you. I do like the hat. I'm not going to lie. It's a pretty badass little hat. Ooh-wee. So Isaiah Butterfield and Hunter Avallone talked about an incident that happened, an article that someone wrote.
I wish I had better news, but another major news outlet just labeled my...
All right, so Hunter Avallone and Isaiah Butterfield talked about how this one article, how now everything is racist. You know the society we live in, YouTube, how everything's racist and everything's sexist and everyone's offended. Well, I'm sick of it. I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I'm sick of it. Why is it everyone is so fucking offended? Everyone's just offended. Sick of it. There was an incident that this particular man had twins of his own, and he's this black dude who has twins of his own. He's friends with this white chick who has a daughter of her own. You know, one day they're just walking down the street, you know, and the dude literally overheard his friend say to her daughter, "Now, before we cross the street, you gotta wait for the little white man to tell us when it's okay to go." Which led to him thinking, oh my God, traffic signs are racist. Now, to be fair, African Americans have been fucked with for far too long. For the last 400 plus years. And, you know, but calling the street sign racist because of something your friend said, that's a bit of a stretch, man. All right, half Baja Blast, half of that Mango Fiesta. There's that. Go ahead and pop the lid back on there. And we'll stick this in the fridge for later. That'll be enough drink to get us through the video. Right then. And I literally shit you not. This Isaiah Butterfield's video, Dear Silent Majority. And I tell you what.
G'day, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens when you allow crazy people to decide what you are allowed to think. This is what happens when you do not stand up for what you know to be true. This is what happens when every dickhead in the world has an opinion on social media. For some reason, the silent majority of people who think rationally and think in layman's terms, hey, everyone be nice to each other. When they are silenced, which they are right now, and that includes most of us, this shit happens. The silent majority has become complacent. But we just can't. We can't do this, ladies and gentlemen. Do you see the shit that is being reported to us on a daily basis? Everything is being complained about. Everything is our fault, your fault, someone's fault. Whinge, bitch, moan. I'm the victim now. No, I'm the victim. I'm a bigger victim. It's all fucking bullshit, lady.
It is all bullshit. We live in a fucking society where it's everyone's fault. Everyone's a victim. Everyone's bitching and moaning about something. Everyone's offended. Everything's sexist and everything's racist. I'm about sick of it. Yeah, but you're bitching and moaning about the bitching and moaning, so that doesn't that make you a hypocrite? And beside the fucking point. Beside the point. But that's the society we live in now. Everything's offensive. Everything's racist. Everything's sexist. Everyone's pissed about something. It's your fault. No, it's your fault. No, it's your fault. No, you're a victim. I'm a victim. We're all victims. Like, no, dude, I'm sick of this mentality our society's gotten into.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what it is. But first, this video is brought to you by Surfshark VPN. Surfshark have been a long-term sponsor of this show, and I really do thank them. And we spend a lot of time on the internet, like 6 or 8 hours every single day. So unfortunately, the internet knows a lot about us. Use Surfshark to encrypt your information and send it through a secure VPN tunnel to keep all those soy boys away from your information. There are 3 main reasons why Surfshark VPN should always be in your pocket. It saves mobile roaming data and ensures a faster browsing speed by blocking ads. It protects your data from thieves who seek your passwords, credit card information, etc. whilst you're using public Wi-Fi. It lets you access your favorite content on Netflix, HBO, BBC, iPlayer, and many more, even if you are in a different country, right? What I mean by that is if you wanted to watch a show that's only available on the Netflix in the UK, you can do that from Australia or America or vice versa with Surfshark VPN. Surfshark has some unique features as well. HackLock is a functionality designed to give you alerts should your password or email be compromised, ensuring that you're the first person to take action. Click on the link in the description or go to surfshark.deals/Buttsman. Use the code Buttsman and you will get 85% off. Yes, that's right. And 3 months for free. Holy dooly. Support Surfshark because they support this channel. The silent majority is very real. And what I mean by that is on topics such as sexism, racism, transphobia, homophobia, the vast majority of people think one way. And that is usually like, hey, let's all just get along and be friends and yada, yada, yada. But they don't speak up about that because the far radicals on either side of the argument are so vocal. You have people on the left screaming about, oh my God, everyone's a victim, everyone's racist. And then you have all the people on the far right screaming the exact opposite and saying that these people are, it is a war on Twitter at the moment.
Yeah, Hunter Avalon talked about this too on one of his videos, where the radical left thinks everything is sexist and everything is racist, and the radical right thinks everything is communism. You know, you got these people, on the radicals on either side, screaming and hollering, and us people in the middle like,
I spend time on Twitter. Okay, go follow me at the Buttsman. On Twitter, I only follow people who annoy me because it helps me with content. All right, that's just basic. Well, I follow a few friends and stuff, but mainly the people who give me content. But it is a fucking shit fight on there, let me tell you. But those 1 or 2% of people on the far left and far right, they are representing everyone, and that is fucking wrong. That is not what we want. And unfortunately, I know you don't like to think this, but it's true. It is getting worse. This has just happened, right? Just about a week ago. The OK symbol, like what you say to someone when you're trying not to speak but saying OK, making a little round thing with, I'm doing it down here. You can't see it. That has been removed from Call of Duty games.
The controversial gesture is no longer in the game. Being able to do this. The AOK, it's the OK symbol.
It's a symbol they put up where they're like, hey, let's go and fucking take out this bit, all right? I don't know, I don't really play Call of Duty too much. But they say, let's go and take out this bit, and you're too far away to respond. Otherwise, you have to yell out, and the enemy might know you where you are. You might do that symbol, and I'm going to replace it with this symbol. But you'll do that symbol, and that symbol doesn't mean okay anymore. It means you hate everyone that's not white. You're a white supremacist Nazi. That's what it means now. That's fucking ridiculous.
It is fucking ridiculous. It is fucking ridiculous. Okay? Doing this compared to that, big difference. Too far? Fuck white supremacy.
Well, that's what it means unless you're Beyonce or...
Yeah, look at that. You got Beyonce doing the symbol.
Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan's doing the symbol.
And Oprah or...
Oprah's doing the symbol.
You know, Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy does the symbol.
Everyone else, racist. Them, okay. We could...
So now it's gotten to the point where we're controlling, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, oh my God, dude. Okay, are you serious? Like, oh my God, dude.
You can all call bullshit on that, but that is what is happening, okay? That is the movement that is happening. It's gone...
Yeah, if you call the bullshit out, you get called a racist. That's the best part of it.
So far, as Activision, who runs the Call of Duty mob, they've removed it from the game. And it goes on further than that, right? You know what else is racist? Traffic lights.
Yep, traffic lights. Apparently, because traffic lights are now considered racist. Yeah, Hunter Avalon talked about this one on his channel. And then I saw that Isaiah Butterfield talked about it. I'm like, let's do a video about it.
Traffic signals. They're fucking racist. The unintentional racism found in traffic lights.
The unintentional racism found in traffic signals. Where's the fucking tobacco at? Because I need a fucking smoke. The unintentional racism found in traffic signals. Just because something doesn't use an offensive mascot doesn't mean it can't reinforce a broken system. Or maybe the system's not broken, and maybe the racial tension in our fucking country is so bad that anything with the color white is perceived as racist. Like, holy fucking shit, guys. Holy fucking shit, guys. My computer keyboard is racist because it's white. Holy fucking shit, guys. Can you believe it? How dare my keyboard for my Apple computer be white? Oh my God.
Fuck me dead. Someone has taken the time to actually write this. That's what's so sad about it. A few months ago, before COVID kept us in our homes and before...
Okay. So a few months back, before the COVID-19 kept people in their homes and George Floyd made us take to the streets, hashtag Black Lives Matter, I was walking with a friend. This was an article written by someone else. This person, excuse me. Oh yeah, that Taco Bell hit the spot. But anyways, this black dude was walking with a friend, and his friend was a white female, and her daughter and his twin sons. Okay, so basically you have this black dude going for a walk with his white female friend, his twin sons, and her daughter, and his female friend's daughter. And here's the thing of it. The dude even says in the article that his friend is white and he is not. Something he'd never given a second thought until he reached the crosswalk with his female friend. And here's what the female friend said to her daughter when they got to the crosswalk sign. "Remember, honey," she said to her daughter as they waited for the light to turn green, "we need to wait for the little white man to appear before we can cross the street." Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. That's where she fucked up. She referred to the crosswalk sign as a little white man. Holy fucking shit, dude. That's when the black dude who wrote this article said he realized that white people like to exert control over nearly everything everyone does. He thought, but since when did this literally include trying to cross the street? Okay, you know what? This is an issue that affects the white community, so I want to come right out and say it. Not every white person is a racist. And the ones that are make the rest of us look bad. And I'm fucking tired of it, dude. You know, before we go on with this video, let's have ourselves a little tangent here, shall we? Okay, it's just a little one. It's just a little tangent. Okay? I bet you the only reason that this is no longer okay to do for white people is because Trump does it, and that's the only fucking reason people are having a fucking fit about it. Even though everyone else does this symbol and everyone doesn't say shit. And before we go off complaining about these issues, like I said, African Americans have been treated like crap for the last 400 plus years. 400 plus years. 400 to 500 plus years of oppression for the color of your skin. You know, it's extremely unfair that they had to go through it. But on that same fucking note, you know, if I have an African American who's racist towards me just because they don't like me because I'm white, it's extremely hypocritical, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? What the fuck can I say about it? You know? So if anything, I just shrug it off. I'm like, yeah, what are you going to do? You know? I could sit here and argue about my Scottish ancestors who were enslaved in this country, but the difference is they weren't forced to come here. That's the only difference. That being said, YouTube, that being said, I kind of feel like that there are people out there who just look for a reason to be offended at something because it's 2020. Everything's sexist. Everything's racist. Everyone's easily offended. Everything's offensive. I'm sick of it. You know, I really am. And I'm like, this isn't going to make things any better.
George Floyd made us take to the streets. I was walking with a friend, her daughter, and my twin sons. My friend is white and I am not. Something I have never given a second thought to as we reached the crossword. Remember, honey, she said to her daughter, we wait until the light turns green. We need to wait till the little white man appears before we can cross the street. And I realized that white people like to exert control over nearly everything anyone does, I thought. But since when did they literally include crossing the street? That right there is the dumbest shit I've ever fucking heard.
You know what? And that's the truth of it. If women and blacks have spent the older generation, the much older generation of women and blacks who have spent most of their life being oppressed by the white man, now watching a younger generation of women and blacks growing up with more rights, you know what I'm saying? It's important to remember your struggles and how you got to where you are today. It's also important for us whites to remember that our ancestors were not the nicest people, and that we ought to be a bit more grateful for our place in society. Right? Be humble about it. But at the same fucking time, if you as a woman or you as an African American are being racist and sexist towards the white male or men in general because of oppression and such, adding fire to the fire, basically fighting sexism and racism with more sexism and more racism. And the shitty part of it is, if you call them out on this crap, you get told to check your privilege. It's like, well, wait a second. If it's not okay for me to do it, then it sure as hell shouldn't be okay for them to do it. That's called racial and gender equality. And the best part of it is, that's the fucking truth, dude. If it's not okay for us whiteys to do it, or us men to do crap like that, then it sure as hell should not be okay for anyone else to do it. Fuck racism. Fuck sexism. Power to the people.
In my life. Okay, for a couple of reasons. Number one, who the fuck thinks like that? Number two, in America, for example, it's a white person that goes green. But in Australia, it's a black outline that goes green. So does that make...
And that's just it. The crosswalk signs are different across the world. In some parts of the world, the little crosswalk sign, the human silhouette is white, green, yellow, etc. So what's next? Are we going to say, oh, we can't have the crosswalk signs be green because that's insensitive towards aliens? Like, are you fucking shitting me? And now we're going to sit there and say, oh, because the silhouette of the crosswalk sign is shaped like a man, it's sexist too. Like, fuck off, dude. It's ridiculous. Like, if you want to get pissed off and offended by something, you see people like George Floyd getting murdered by racist cops. That's offensive, 1000%. But getting offended by a crosswalk sign, it blows my fucking mind.
Make us super woke here? Or is that just because it's just a traffic signal and doesn't affect anybody? You fucking idiots. This is how crazy it gets. It doesn't stop. People just keep pushing and pushing for this progressive woke ideology.
And here's the thing of it, YouTube, in all fairness, a progressive and woke ideology. Here's the red pill thought for the day. Being progressive and being woke, there's nothing wrong with it. But there's a fine line between being progressive and being batshit crazy. I mean, holy fucking shit, you got the radical left and the radical right screaming at everyone in the middle, and the rest of us are going, I don't know what side to believe. There's nothing wrong with being progressive and being woke and being a decent human being. And this is the kind of crap that gives progressive movements a bad name. When you got these crazy assholes who are just like, oh, and it gets better than this. You don't even know. Now we got some women who are accusing cities of being sexist. What? I wish I was making this up, but I'm not. We'll watch a bit of the Hunter Avalone version of this same video, basically, for the sake of the rant, and we'll leave it at that. By the way, if you like my progressive red pill rants, subscribe for more. Being progressive is not a bad thing. Fighting for the right cause, fighting the good fight, and being a civilized, decent human being. Nothing wrong with that.
Terrible. It's awful. It's bad because they will not fucking stop. For example, apparently women are oppressed by cities. Are you ready? Upward thrusting buildings ejaculating into the sky. Do cities have to be so sexist?
Yes, there are women out there who think like this. Upward thrusting buildings ejaculating into the sky. Do cities have to be sexist? Any woman who thinks that cities are sexist because the buildings that are tall represent penises, I tend to think these women need some dick because they got it on the mind. They haven't found the right guy to treat them right, to treat them like a man should treat a woman. And so they take out their anger on the patriarchy and all this other crap.
If you feel like you're oppressed by a city, then you're a weak piece of shit.
Thank you. If you are oppressed by a city because, exactly, if you feel like that skyscrapers are sexist because they represent the male genitalia, you're a weak piece of shit. And your female ideology is so fragile, you can't even handle a fucking skyscraper just standing there doing nothing. It's not like the skyscraper leaned down and said, "Oi," started giving you shit because you were a woman. No, it doesn't do that. Skyscrapers, cities, buildings, inanimate objects.
Fucking grow up. What buildings are jizzing into the sky? That's
no shit. Last time I checked, buildings don't jizz into the sky.
I would like to know. The only thing I've seen jizz into the sky is like the Sydney Harbour Bridge on New Year's Eve. That's like a bukkake party. Toxic masculinity is built into the fabric of our...
Oh, here we fucking go. Toxic masculinity is built into the fabric of our urban spaces, writes Leslie Kern, author of new book, Feminist City, and the results aren't just divisive, they can be lethal. You know what? In all honesty, I hear a lot of these so-called feminazi, feminist types talking about toxic masculinity. I don't hear a single one of them talking about toxic femininity or the toxic shit that women do and the fact that they just get away with it because that's the pussy privilege for you. Huh? You don't fucking hear them talking about that shit, do you? No, it's all the man's fault. Blame the man. If he's white and he's a man, oh, double whammy in our society today. He's a piece of shit. How dare he have a penis and balls between his legs? How dare he have a lack of pigment in his skin? Who the fuck does he think he is? Hell. Fucking hell, YouTube. This is one of those I need a beer moments, but sadly I'm out. I'll get over it. I don't need to drink every day, to be quite honest. I really don't. I like alcohol. I like getting a good buzz going. But to be brutally honest, I don't need to drink every fucking day. I really don't. You know, I take a couple of days off from doing it, and I'm just fine. But holy fucking shit. You toxic masculinity. Dude, you never hear these females talking about toxic feminine behavior. You don't. You know? It's fucking ridiculous, YouTube. I'm sitting here like, are you flipping kidding me? Bloody hell, YouTube.
Urban spaces. Writes Leslie Kern, author of new book, Feminist City. Hey, Leslie, fuck off. And the result.
Yes. Hey, Leslie Kern, fuck off, he says. I love it. Yes.
Aren't just divisive. They can be lethal. Leslie, if a person dies because...
Okay, let me ask you this. Imagine for just 1 second if men pulled this crap. Okay? Imagine for 1 second if men pulled this crap. What if we had a building that looked like a pair of tits, minus the nipples, and men went around saying, this is oppressive to men because it looks like boobs, and boobs make us horny, blah, 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 blah. Women out there would say, you're batshit crazy.
Because cities are sexist, I'm sorry, but they deserve it. Glass ceilings and
Oh, here we go. Glass ceilings and phallic towers mean streets and dark alleys, road names and status of men. From the physical to the metaphorical, the city is filled with reminders of masculine power. And yet, we rarely talk of the urban landscape as an active participant in gender inequality. A building, no matter how phallic, isn't exactly misogynistic, is it? Surely a skyscraper resembled for sexual harassment, the wage gap, or even the glass ceiling, whether it has a literal one up on top or not. Verbal mental gymnastics. That's all this is at this point. Like, okay, if you cannot look at a building without seeing a penis and feeling somewhat oppressed by it, then clearly, hon, you want some dick and you're not sure how to cope with it. So you take it out and you have a hard time getting it despite being a woman because of your crazy feminazi ideology. So you take it out on everyone else around you and then make up these stupid excuses like, oh my God, these buildings that,
phallic towers, mean streets and dark alleys, road names and statues of men. From the physical to the metaphorical, the city is filled with reminders of masculine power. Fucking hell, Leslie. And yet, we rarely talk about the urban landscape as an active participant in gender equality. I wonder why. Because they're buildings, Leslie. But what's scary about it is it's...
Exactly. When it comes to buildings, the reason why you're not talking about gender equality is because it's a building. Skyscrapers are inanimate objects built by people. If you're going to talk about gender equality and racial equality, then let's talk about the people, not about these stupid crosswalk signs and these stupid skyscrapers.
Brings it in a newspaper. The Guardian, like, hardly qualifies as a newspaper, but a newspaper nonetheless. Because it's printed there, people start to believe it. And that's what is damaging. And that's what sort of creates more of it.
You know, Leslie Kern, you want to talk about gender equality? And Sydney Watson talked about this too, how there are talk shows of women who go on there for 30 minutes to an hour and just trash talk men. These gals that are in their like 50s, 60s, late 70s, the youngest one's probably in her early 40s, sitting there trash talking men for 35, 40 minutes straight, and nobody stops them. But I guarantee you, if there was a TV show or a talk show with nothing but men sitting there wrenching on some cars, drinking beers, burping and farting, and talking about what cunts and bitches women are, oh, nobody would stand for it. They would be like, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's sexist. And you're just being mean and misogynistic and blah, 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 blah. You never hear the fucking end of it. Right? But when you call these women out on their hypocrisy, and to be fair, thank you, Lucifer, not every woman is like this. But to be fair, right? It's the same fucking principle. When you call them out on their hypocrisy of, you know, you wouldn't like it if men did this crap to you. So what gives you the right to do it to men? Oh, because you're a vagina? I mean, you have one, and whatever you say just goes. I'm sorry, was that too far? Yeah, it might have been too far, but you know what? I'm a little bit triggered here, dude. I hear about women bitching about sexism that men have delivered in the past. But then when some of them are just as equally sexist towards men, it makes my fucking head spin. Going off about fuck the patriarchy and this and that. But I'm like, hold up, dude. Or should I say, dudette. And this is the kind of crap that's going to give women a bad name. I'm sorry, but that's the truth.
Progressive people, and that's how it keeps pushing forward, growing their ever divisive religion of abortion.
Yes, because when people have stupid opinions and a large following, it's dangerous. Incredibly fucking dangerous.
Wokeness. And there's already been a tragedy, a casualty, ladies and gentlemen. The Great Tower of Newcastle, where I'm from here in Australia, had a beautiful object removed, and that was the famous penis tower.
I mean, that tower to me doesn't look like that, but
it was taken down last year. Don't know why, but I'm sad about it. But guess what? It doesn't stop there, and this is why the vast majority, the silent majority of people need to stand up and say enough, okay? Because they will not stop. These progressive people will not stop. Everything is sexist. Everything.
You mean extremist progressive? Okay, there is a difference between being progressive and being an extremist about it. Okay? A regular progressive says, hey, you know what? We have problems in our society. Let's try to fix it. But an extremist progressive, or like the ones you're seeing Mr. Butterfield talk about. If you're one of those people that thinks everything's sexist, everything's racist, and everything's offensive, then you're probably an extremist progressive. And extremist progressives are no different than any other extremist in any group. And the sad fucking truth is every group has an extremist. That one arsehole that just makes you look bad for everyone else. You got women who are fighting for gender equality. You got blacks and minorities also fighting for equality. But the one asshole out of every group has to ruin it for everyone else. And it doesn't matter all the hard work you put in for the movement. All that shit gets overshadowed when someone's being a bigger asshole and being crazy about it. It's the sad fucking truth.
Because racist, okay? Games are bad. Sayings are bad. Music, television, everything. Nothing is sacred anymore. Take, for example, the woke leader, Tatiana McGrath. She is
Tatiana McGrath, activist, healer, radical, intersectionalist, poet, selfless and brave. Buy my books. Oh, good God. No, you take one look at her profile pic, and you're just like, holy crap. She looks like a feminazi.
very busy with her wokeness, and she's pointed out some interesting things that are extremely racist in 2020. Golf is racist.
Deadspin Rider calls for the Masters Golf Tournament to be changed its name because it's racist. You know what? I think, and hear me out, you're going to call me an ass for saying it, YouTube, but I think it's because secretly these people who do this kind of crap are the biggest racist, sexist assholes on the planet, so they hide behind it by saying, if you call it the Masters Golf Tournament, that's racist because of the word master in it. Holy shit. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Tiger Woods a master golfer who's also half black? So how the fuck is that racist? Get the fuck out of here. If you're just joining me live on YouTube, we're doing a rant. Because in our society of the modern day 2020, everything's racist, everything's sexist, everything's offensive, everyone's triggered, everyone's pissed off about something, everyone's got an opinion.
Bedrooms are racist.
Bedrooms are racist because it's the master bedroom. What will it take to change the racist terms in everyday language? Okay, you know what? If you associate the word with racism, despite the context of it being the exact fucking opposite, then maybe you yourself are a racist and you can't admit it. Food for thought, YouTube. Dude. Ridiculous.
Jesus is racist. Chess is racist.
Wait. Now they're saying that statues of Jesus should be torn down because they are white supremacy. And chess is racist because the white pieces always go first. Even though the white and black pieces both have the same amount of ability. It doesn't matter if you're a white or a black pawn. They both move the same.
Mahatma Gandhi is racist. Children's characters are racist.
The Simpsons will no longer cast white actors in non-white roles. Family Guy's Cleveland steps down. Oh, that's terrible. Ha ha ha, Loretta. Yeah. Okay, you know what? I can understand being offended by that at least. You're having white people play the role of black people on a cartoon. That one I can actually understand as being offensive. But even then, it's like, it's a fucking cartoon, of all things. We're going to get offended by a cartoon. Never mind some of the raunchy shit that Family Guy has done over the years. Moving on in, Principal Shepherd's song. Holy crap, Family Guy. I watched that episode and I was just like, wow, dude. Just wow. Now, if you saw that episode, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Milk's racist.
Oh, now milk is racist? Cow's milk has long been a symbol used by white supremacists. Oh, my fucking God. One more hashtag ditch dairy. Really? This is the problem with our society. Because now we live in a society where if it's white, it's automatically racist. You stupid fucking Apple keyboard and your white supremacy. How dare you? Really? You know, this is an issue that affects the white community as a whole. So I'm going to speak on this issue. You got a problem with it? There's the back button. I don't give a shit. Okay, I am all for racial and gender equality 100%. That being said, you might consider what I have to say next a little offensive, but hear me out. If you assume that all blacks are gangbangers, you get called a racist, but assume all white people are racist. No one says shit. Fuck your double standards. Not all of us are like that. Okay? I've heard blacks, women, whites, men, everyone has said that. Hey, we're not all like that. Going back to what I said earlier, assholes ruin it for everyone. Fucking ridiculous. So here's the thing of it. If you yourself do not want your races or genders, stereotypes thrown in your face, why do it to someone else? Bigger question, treat others the way you want to be treated. How would you like it if you had those gender-based or race-based stereotypes that ruin it for your gender or ruin it for your race, having it thrown in your face constantly? Oh, wait. This is a sign of the times turning, YouTube. It's not okay, okay? It's pretty shitty that whites have been crap to everyone else these last couple of years. But that doesn't give everyone else the right to start crapping on whites. Like, that's only going to make things worse. I feel like that will not stop anything. That's just going to exacerbate the issue. Fighting racism and sexism with racism and sexism is only going to make it worse. I mean, would you put a fire out with a flamethrower? Would you? No, you fucking wouldn't. And if you did, you're a fucking dumbass.
Roads are racist.
Wait.
Band-Aids, coronavirus, oh.
Band-Aid, really? It's gotten so bad that the Band-Aids, the things you use to put on your little cuts and scrapes and boo-boos and bruises, people are so triggered by the thought that Band-Aid literally had to launch a new range of diverse skin tone bandages. Company says it is committed to embracing the beauty of diverse skin. Oh, fuck off. Every skin tone bleeds the same color of blood. So don't give me that crap.
They're all racist. Rice is racist.
Uncle Ben's rice farmer is taking off the logo because it's seen as racist.
Skincare products.
L'Oreal to remove words like whitening from skincare products. Oh my God, dude.
Are racist. Nurses are racist. Hey, butter's racist.
Wait, what?
Hey, butter's racist.
Land O'Lakes replaces Native American woman logo, touts farmer-owned credentials instead. Oh my fucking God, dude.
Applause is racist.
Oxford students vote to replace clapping with silent jazz hands. Now clapping is considered racist? Now clapping with your hands is considered racist? Slow clap for our stupid, ignorant, dumbass, overly sensitive society.
Mathematics is racist.
How is math racist? Oh my fucking God, dude. This is exhausting, YouTube. This is fucking exhausting.
racist. Front lawns are
Front lawns are considered racist. Really?
racist. Breakfast cereals, they're racist. If you find Asian men attractive, you're racist. Soap is racist. Toothpaste is racist. When white people speak, that's racist. When white people don't speak, that's also racist. The White Cliffs of Dover is racist, and you better believe Thomas the Tank Engine is racist as well. We need to stop taking these people seriously.
Yes, all these things you're hearing Mr. Butterfield talk about, there are people out there writing these stupid articles like they're hitting the crack pipe and going, what stupid shit can they come up with next? And that's exactly what they're doing. And we need to stop giving these idiots attention. Okay? Just stop.
Wokeness, progressivism is a fucking disease. And
you know what? Being woke and being progressive is not exactly a bad thing. It's when you cross that line of everything's this, everything's that, that's when we have a problem. There's nothing wrong with being woke and progressive and fighting for a good cause. But when it crosses into that line of everything's offensive, everything's sexist, everything's racist, you're no longer woke. You're just being an extremist douche.
The silent majority needs to stand up and say enough. Ladies and gentlemen, be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. The dick stinks. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you all in another couple of days with another video. Every single Monday and Wednesday, motherfucker. Toodaloo, bye.
Holy shit, YouTube. Oh my, okay. So now we're gonna go to okay, so now we're gonna go to the Hunter Avalon part here. I was gonna do a video on this topic anyways, because last night before going to bed, I watched this Hunter Avalon video about the traffic lights being called racist and this and that, and then literally I woke up this morning and Isaiah Butterfield posted a video about the same topic, so I'm like, yeah, we're definitely gonna do a video about this.
Mr. President, it's an honor to speak with you. My name is Rob Brokaw, and I am from Wilmington, Delaware. Joe Biden has been hiding in his basement just down the street from me for months while you're working on reopening America.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Everything is Racist. Now, as we all know, the term racist has been largely abused by liberals and people who just call anything they don't like racist. And it's really annoying. It really is. It gets under my skin for sure. But hey, enlightened centrist over here, because the conservatives are by no means innocent from this either. You see, the left calls everything they don't like racist, and the right calls everything they don't like communist. Seriously, communist has become the racist of the right. But as much as I would love to talk about communism, today we are actually talking about racism, and more specifically, this really cringy article that tries to argue cities are racist or something. I don't know. It is so, like, unbelievably stupid. And I was going to read it on a stream, but then I decided, you know what? To hell with it. This is worth a full video for you guys because it's just that delusional. The unintentional racism found in traffic signals.
Yes, so Hunter Avalon also did a video covering the same article. The unintentional racism found in traffic signals.
Now, how people can, like, see a traffic signal and then decide that it's somehow racist or something is...
Oh, don't forget, it's not just racist, it's also sexist because it's a silhouette of a man. Where? These traffic lights with the walk symbols are a symbol of racism and female oppression because it's a white male on the sign. Where? Oh my God, dude. Where's the CBD at? Okay, so if you saw my last live stream, you already know I'm rocking with some pretty tasty e-liquid. Ugh, millennials and their vapors, I swear. We got some hemp strax e-liquid. Well, it's not really e-liquid. This right here can be used as e-liquid. This is hemp strax. Is what you do with it is you literally take it. Okay, hold on. Beep. Okay. This is hemp strax, 1,000 milligrams of CBD oil. Hemp strax, this is what you do with it. You're supposed to put it underneath your tongue and let it soak in. But it can also be used as e-liquid if you put just a couple drops in with your juice. I also mixed it with some of this mango e-liquid. This one is actually e-liquid. I got some mango CBD e-liquid, and I mixed it with some strawberry banana e-liquid that has nicotine in it. Like there's all three of them in one little jar here. And I gotta say, that combination of e-liquid / hemp strax, pretty tasty.
Beyond me, like the mental gymnastics, I don't know, I'm not flexible enough for that. But yeah, here we have another article with somebody reading way too deep into like shit like this. Remember just a couple weeks ago, I did the feminist article on how cities are sexist. Well, now we have this article on how cities are racist. Like, can these people even cross the street without seeing racism or penises? Washington, D.C.'s pro football team.
Okay, the article in question starts off with Washington, D.C.'s pro football team, the Washington Redskins, Aunt Jemima pancake products, Eskimo pies. These are all examples of the everyday racism that bombards people of color from the supermarket to the playing field. The also iconic American products. They're also all iconic American products that both corporations and consumers finally agree are ready for a rebrand. Now, I talked about the Aunt Jemima pancake products on my channel and how they're taking the African-American woman off the front because of the racist roots associated with it. But at the same time, Aunt Jemima was one of the first African-American women to become a multimillionaire. So I guess it depends on how you look at it. Yeah.
Team, Aunt Jemima pancake products, Eskimo pies, they're all examples.
But what about the far more subtle? What about the more subtle streams of everyday racism that course through our homes, our workplaces, and the outside world? You know what? I genuinely feel sorry for these people. They can't walk down the street without being pissed off at something. That's got to be nerve-wracking. You can't walk down the goddamn street without seeing some form of racism or sexism or what have you. I feel sorry for these people, man. I feel sorry for these people. You can't walk down the street without being triggered by something. Holy crap.
Examples of the everyday racism that bombards people of color, from the supermarket to the playing field. They're also all iconic American products, but what about the far more subtle streams of everyday racism that course through our homes, our workplaces, and the outside world? These instances may be far subtler than a mascot or an offensive term, but are no less pervasive and no less deserving of cultural reckoning. For me, this reckoning begins with traffic signals. So, a very, very dramatic opening. Wow, I thought it was going somewhere important, and then all of a sudden it just like melts down to him bitching about traffic signals. All right, let's see, which one is the racist one? A few months back, before COVID-19 kept us in our homes and George Floyd made us take to the streets, I was walking with a friend, her daughter, and my twin sons. My friend is white and I'm not, something I'd never given a second thought until we reached a crosswalk. Remember, honey, she said to her daughter as we waited for the light to turn green, we need to wait for the little white man to appear before we can cross the street. Uh-oh. I'm instantly seeing the problem. So little man, what color is he? Not black. He's white. I don't care who you are, but that shit, my friends, is problematic. Trigger warning. Racism ahead. Wow, look at that. Oh my goodness. You see, when I look at that, you know what I think of? A white person. I don't think that this is just some silhouette of a person set to be the brightest possible so it's easy to see. No. I see this like a little white man on the way to a KKK rally. I realize that white people like to exert control over nearly everything everyone does.
Now let's be real about it. Like I said earlier, if you think traffic signals are racist because the walk sign features a white person, you're dumb. Because if they would have made the traffic signal black, you wouldn't be able to see it because the whole fucking background behind it is black. And in some cases, the traffic signal's green. Like, oh my God, dude. Oh. My body is just not used to vaping. It's like, what is this? Let me get my CBD on real quick. Hold up. I pulled an Archer with it. A King Cobra, blah, 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 blah. All right, that's enough of that. Ugh.
But since when did this literally include trying to cross the street? Okay, please stop. Holy fuck. So first of all, he says he never noticed really that they were his friends were white and he was black. But then right after he hears, hey honey, once the little white guy pops up, we can cross the street, okay? He instantly is like, I'm black. She's white. White people like to exert control over everything, including crossing the street. But as a black dad, I was struck by the language at play. How is it possible that well into the 21st century, parents all over Manhattan, well-meaning, #Black Lives Matter marching parents, are teaching their children to ask little white men for permission to cross the street? And why doesn't this seem to bother them?
I mean, yes. Obviously, #Black Lives Matter, #Some Lives Matter. And you don't say all, because if you say all lives matter, you're an insensitive piece of shit, as far as I'm concerned. We'll do that for a separate video, lads and lasses. So smack the like button if you want to see a separate video on why all lives matter is racist and offensive. Oh wait, I might have briefly covered that on my channel, but do you know why the traffic signal for the walk sign is usually as really bright white? It makes it easier for people to see it. Oh.
Maybe because they're not delusional idiots that see race in virtually everything. Also, by your own admission, she said, we need to wait for the little white man to appear before we can cross the street. Why are you equating this with, like, asking white people for permission to cross the street? What, do you think her little toddler is going to just go over and find some random white guy and be like, hi, am I able to cross the street? I didn't want to ask any of those blacks over there. I just love how, like, he comes to this really stupid conclusion by going through a bunch of mental gymnastics and hoops, and then it's like, why doesn't this seem to bother anyone else? It's like, because you're the only idiot dumb enough to read this deep into shit like this. Technology and necessity propelled the shift from verbal crosswalk cues to a lunar white walking person, but my heart still sinks at the specter of teaching my sons to ask a white man for permission to do, well, anything. I'm not even sure, like, I know how to respond to this. It went off the rails so stinking fast. 1 second he's going on about how, like, oh, I didn't even notice that we were different color. I'm not like that, you know, whatever. And then all of a sudden he's like, I don't want my sons to ask white people for permission for anything.
Not even if that white guy is literally his boss.
It certainly bothered me. So much so that I began to dig deep into my 40-something consciousness to try and remember if I was raised asking a little white guy to let me cross the street. Oh my God, this guy's 40 years old going this deep about just literally just saying, hey, the little white guy has to appear, then we can go. I wanted to know how and why this gender and race-neutral messaging had been replaced by little white men. My quest first led me to traffic light manufacturers, who then led me to pedestrian safety. Okay, can we just appreciate how far this guy's going? Can we, like, you have access to Google, right? I'm pretty sure you could do some basic research and find out when things changed or whatever. But again, you're the one making this little white man thing about race, like about being a literal white person. And now you're exhausting all of your mental energy on this one little snippet, this one little soundbite that you heard from your friend. This is where things get interesting, because it turns out that the little white man who raised my ire isn't exactly white. He isn't even really a man. No shit.
Yeah, exactly. You know, exactly. After doing some research, oh, hey, look, there's a praying mantis on my window. That's what's up. I got distracted by the praying mantis. We do get praying mantises in Wyoming. They don't get very big, but yes, it turns out that the symbol on the crosswalk sign, it's not a white man. It's just a symbol that says it's okay to walk. And here's the best part of it. We're about to find out why it was painted, and I quote from the article, lunar white.
What? I had no clue. Really? I thought this was a literal Caucasian person. And listen, he even admits that he's just wrong. So the little man is actually a little person, but that little person is still white, right? Close. It's lunar white. It's a shade of white with yellow and gray accents that mimics the color of the moon. So it wasn't chosen because it sounded cool. It was chosen because it's the peak sensitivity for the rod cells in the human retina. So in other words, yes, the lunar white, according to the FHWA, a shade of white with yellow and gray accents that mimics the color of the moon. Lunar white wasn't chosen because it sounds cool. According to the FHWA research, the agency spokesperson says, moonlight offers the peak sensitivity for the rod cells in the human retina.
In other words, our vision is predisposed to favoring the clarity and the intensity of the moonlight. Okay, well, that makes a lot of sense, because when you see a full moon outside, or when you see the moon at night, you're like, oh, it's a pretty moon tonight. Look at that, you know.
In other words, our vision is predisposed to favoring the clarity and intensity of moonlight. Okay, so there's your answer. Stop with the racist bullshit. Stop with the, like, over-analyzing things. Stop trying to think all deep about something that's just not deep. Go home. Go take care of your kids. Go do other shit. But stop with this. But instead of just taking the L and just leaving it at that, he then just doubles down anyway. But my heart still sinks at the specter of teaching my sons to ask a white man for permission to do, well, anything, because so much of the world already insists that we do. So what was even the point of, like, admitting that you were wrong? You were basically like, I heard my friend say this meaningless little soundbite. I went way too deep into what it really meant in the subtle undertones and all this bullshit. And then turns out I was wrong. But hey, it's still sad that my sons are going to have to ask white men for permission to do anything. Which, by the way, is kind of racist. Again, you're the one making this.
You get closer. That still works.
Still work. All about race. I don't even think your average, like, actual racist white person walks down the street, sees this thing, and then is like, what? Ah, yes, a reminder of the superior Aryan race. At a time when the totems of systemic anti-blackness are being dismantled at a surprising pace, there comes a moment when you have to consider the end game, and traffic lights are one of those moments. Because while this highly politicized period does demand a racial rethink, overhauling the stoplight industrial complex is probably not the best use of our resources. Thank you for admitting this. A white man isn't really telling us when to cross the street, so this article here is getting more and more annoying because it's so confusing. He's like admitting he's wrong. He's then saying, I don't want my kids to ask white people for anything, but then he's saying it's not really asking white people. Guys, come on. It's like, what are you doing? What are you rambling about? And so as I begin teaching my boys survival basics like riding a bike, waiting in line, and yes, crossing the street, I'll work hard to avoid phrases like little white man. Obviously, bright little person rolls off the tongue far less mellifusively. That's a word that doesn't roll off the tongue. But a bit of extra verbal labor is worth the price of not conceding our power to even one more little white man. So there you guys have it. Traffic lights are not actually racist by this guy's own admission. It's not really asking white men for anything, but the language is still problematic. So he's going to make sure to use very specific different language so that he doesn't teach his kids that they need to listen to one more little white man. My question is, what about when the traffic sign looks like this, when it's green?
Yeah, you know what? I respect that 1,000%. If you want to teach your kids that way as an African American father, you want to call it the little bright dude. 100%, I respect that. You know, I get why you're doing it. You know, but going so far as to call the crosswalk sign racist, exactly my point. Like, exactly my fucking point. Like, what happens when the walk sign is green? Oh, what? It's offensive to aliens now? Like,
is it like, oh, don't, kids, you never have to take orders from a little green man, all right? If those aliens ever come invade us, you just tell them no. Well, there you guys have it. One of the probably dumbest and most annoying articles I've ever read on this channel.
yeah. Holy fucking hell, YouTube. 1 hour later. Smash the dislike. Well, you know what? If you don't like my my videos, then I'll just hide you from my channel. I'll make that easier for you. If you think that this video is boring, then I'll just hide you from my channel too. No, the crosswalk sign is not racist. You know what I'm saying? It really isn't. Oh boy. People love to talk smack on me and on each other. It's nothing new. Oh, cripes. Okay. This ought to be fun.
Once again, it's on.
Dude, I never said any of that, dude. Really? Wow, King of NJ, my dude. Let me tell you something. First of all, I never said that. Okay, I never said that. Okay, wow. Just wow, dude. I never said that. I'm going to dislike this guy's video because I never said shit, dude. If I'm a racist, why would I be fighting for racial equality with this live stream? Seriously. It's ridiculous, dude. I'm not going to acknowledge it, dude. It's probably a troll, honestly. It is what it is. I'm not even going to acknowledge it. That's exactly what the trolls want. You know what I'm saying? Probably some asshole impersonating me on YouTube, trying to get me a lot more haters than I already need. It's pretty sad, yo. Fuck racism. Fuck sexism. Power to the people. Peace, love, and chicken grease. And keep on fighting the good fight, tubes. I'll catch you later.